In the long river of history, there exists a legendary figure who, despite his humble origins, single-handedly changed the fate of battlefields, creating an enduring heroic tale. He is none other than the famed Tang Dynasty general Xue Rengui, a name that rose from the fields to glory, a war god who struck fear into the hearts of his enemies. Imagine standing on a vast snowy plain, amidst the cold wind, a young warrior in a white robe rides out alone. With 3 arrows, he tames Tianshan, instilling fear in an army of 100,000. This is not a myth but a historical miracle that truly happened. How did Xue Rengui, an unknown farmer's son, grow into a general who could take an enemy's head in the midst of thousands as easily as picking something from a bag? In this video, we will take you through 1,000 years of time to witness the extraordinary journey of Xue Rengui from poverty to prominence. From a lone hero saving his lord to the legendary 3-arrow feat at Tianshan, from his loyal and courageous acts during the Wanyangong flood to his strategic brilliance in the western expedition against the Turks, and finally, his remarkable achievements in the campaign against Gooli, where he triumphed against overwhelming odds. Each scene shines with courage and wisdom, each victory writes a chapter of loyalty and honor. You will witness how he rose from adversity, how he created one immortal legend after another on the battlefield, and how he, with a compassionate heart, cared for orphans, secured the borders, and earned the admiration of countless people. Xue Rengui, whose given name was Li and courtesy name Rengui, was known by his courtesy name throughout the world. He was born in 614 AD into the southern branch of the Hedong Xue clan and was a descendant of the famous northern and southern dynasties period general Xue Andu of the Liu and northern Wei dynasties. His great-grandfather, Xue Rong, grandfather, Xue Yan, and father Xue Gui all served as officials in the northern Wei, northern Zhou, and Sui dynasty. In his youth, Xue Rengui family was impoverished due to the early death of Xue Gui, causing the Xuejia to fall into decline. He held a low social status and worked as a farmer. While preparing to relocate his ancestors' graves, his wife, Liu Shi, said, "Exceptional talent requires an opportunity to shine." Now, Emperor Taizong of Tang is personally leading an expedition to Liaodong and is recruiting brave and capable generals. This is a rare opportunity. Why not seize this chance to achieve merit and fame? After attaining wealth and honor, it won't be too late to relocate the graves. Xue Rengui agreed and went to see General Zhang Shigui to enlist, thus beginning his military career. In November of 644 AD, Li Shimin ordered Zhang Liang, Grand General of the Pyongyang route, and Li Ji, Grand General of the Liaodong route, to lead the naval and land forces respectively to attack Goguryeo. The following February, Li Shimin personally led an expedition against Goguryeo. In March, at the battlefield of Andi in Liaodong, Lieutenant General Liu Junqiong was surrounded by Goguryeo troops and unable to escape. At this critical moment, Xue Rengui, single-handedly and bravely, charged forward and took the head of a Goguryeo leader, hanging it on his horse. The Goguryeo army, seeing this, was terrified and retreated, thus Liu Junqiong was saved. After this battle, Xue Rengui name spread throughout the army. In April of the same year, the Tang army's vanguard reached Goguryeo and continuously defeated the Goguryeo garrison. By June, the Tang army arrived at the city of Anshi. Goguryeo General Abyssinian Suwan dispatched Gao Yanshou and Gao Huizhen with an army of 250,000 to resist the Tang army by taking up a strategic position in the mountains. After inspecting the terrain, Li Shimin ordered his generals to attack from different directions. In this battle, Xue Rengui, dressed in white, wielded a halberd and carried 2 bows at his waist, charging into the enemy ranks with invincibility, causing the Goguryeo troops to flee before him. The Tang army followed up with a full-scale attack, resulting in a massive defeat for the Goguryeo forces, with over 20,000 enemy soldiers killed. The battle at Anshicheng shocked the entire Goguryeo nation, leading to the abandonment and flight of military and civilian populations in Huangcheng, Yincheng, and other areas, leaving hundreds of miles deserted. After the battle, Li Shimin specially summoned Xue Rengui, who was then an ordinary soldier. Li Shimin rewarded him with 2 horses, 40 bolts of silk, and 10 captives as slaves, and promoted him to the rank of guerrilla general and the position of the valiant officer of Yun Quanfu. The Tang army continued its assault on Anshicheng, but the defenders held firm. Li Ji's threats of slaughtering the city's inhabitants if it fell only strengthened the resolve of the defenders. The Tang army was unable to breach the city, and as winter approached with heavy snowfall, supplies ran low, forcing them to retreat. During the retreat, Li Shimin said to Xue Rengui, "My old generals are aged and cannot bear the heavy burdens of battlefield command. Each time I want to promote brave and strong generals, none surpass you. I am not pleased by gaining Liaodong, but by gaining you." Li Shimin then promoted Xue Rengui to the position of right leading guard colonel and stationed him at Xuanwuma. In the summer of 654 AD, Emperor Gaozong Lizhi visited Wanniangong, and Xue Rengui accompanied him as a bodyguard. On the night of the third intercalary month of May, a heavy rainstorm caused a flash flood, which reached the gates of Xuanwuma. The guards fled in panic, leaving Lizhi in great danger at Wanniangong. Xue Rengui, enraged, exclaimed, "How can the emperor be in peril while the guards immediately flee for their lives?" He risked his life to alert the inner palace, thus saving Lizhi. Soon after, the flood inundated Lizhi's sleeping quarters. Grateful, Lizhi said, "Thanks to you, I was not overwhelmed by the flood. Now I know there are loyal ministers." Lizhi then rewarded Xue Rengui with an imperial horse. In the intercalary month of 657 AD, General Su Dingfang advanced against western Turkestan to suppress the rebellion of Ashkenazaru. Xue Rengui submitted a memorial saying, "I have heard that launching a campaign without a just cause will lead to failure. If we clearly demonstrate to the world that the enemy are bandits, we have a chance to subdue them." Now, Nishu relies on his usual abilities and refuses to submit to Helu, resulting in defeat and the capture of his family. Among the Han soldiers are those who have captured the families of Nishu and others. If we treat them as lowly slaves, it would be appropriate to retrieve and return them to Nishu and others, while still rewarding them as before. This would show sympathy for Nishu and others who were unjustly attacked and make the people understand that Helu and his faction are indeed bandits, thus spreading your majesty's benevolence. Li Zhi accepted his suggestion, dispatched people to search for and return the captives from Helu faction, leading Nishu people to request to serve the Tang army. In 658 AD, Li Zhi ordered Cheng Mingzhen to attack Goguryeo with Xue Rengui as his deputy general. At Guiduancheng, Xue Rengui defeated the Goguryeo army, beheading more than 3,000. In 659 AD, Xue Rengui, along with Liang Jianfang and Qi Biheli, fought against the Goguryeo general Wen Shaman at Hengsha. At that time, Xue Rengui, holding a bow and leading the charge, shot down every enemy he aimed at. Then, in a battle at Shicheng, he encountered an enemy general skilled in archery who had killed more than 10 Tang soldiers, and no one dared to face him. Enraged, Xue Rengui charged in alone and captured him alive. In December, Xue Rengui and Xu Wenling defeated the Khitans at Heishan, capturing their king Apugu and his officers. After the battle, Xue Rengui was promoted to general of the left guards and ennobled as the Earl of Hedongxie. In 661 AD, the friendly Uyghur leader Porun died, and his successor Bisu turned against Tang. Li Zhi appointed General Zheng Rentai as the chief commander and Xue Rengui as the deputy commander to lead troops to Tianshan to attack the 9 tribes of Tiela. Before departure, Li Zhi hosted a banquet in the inner palace. During the banquet, he asked Xue Rengui, "In ancient times, there were archers who could shoot through 7 layers of armor. Let's see you shoot through 5 layers." Xue Rengui complied, shot an arrow, and it passed through 5 layers of armor. Li Zhi was greatly astonished and immediately rewarded Xue Rengui with a sturdy set of armor. After Xue Rengui led his troops to Tianshan, the 9 tribes of Tiela gathered over 100,000 people to resist and sent dozens of brave cavalrymen to challenge him. Xue Rengui shot 3 arrows, killing 3 men. The remaining cavalrymen, awed by his prowess, dismounted and surrendered. Xue Rengui took advantage of the situation to launch a full-scale attack, decisively defeating the 9 tribes of Tiela and burying the surrendered soldiers alive. He then crossed the northern desert to pursue the defeated Tiela troops, capturing their leader and his brothers. After returning, soldiers sang, "The general's 3 arrows pacified Tianshan," and the brave men sang triumphant into Han. From then on, the 9 tribes of Tiela declined and ceased to be a border threat. The Tiela had 9 tribes, including Sijie and Duolange, who originally occupied Tiansha. When Zheng Rentai troops arrived, they were frightened and surrendered. Zheng Rentai did not accept their surrender, capturing their families and rewarding them to his soldiers. The enemies fled one after another. A scout reported, "The enemy's supplies, cattle, sheep, and horses are scattered across the plain, and we can capture them." Zheng Rentai selected 14,000 cavalry, lightly armed, and crossed the desert to Xian'ehe, but found no enemies and ran out of food, forcing a retreat. Starving soldiers fought and ate each other, and only 1/20th of the cavalry survived upon returning to camp. Xue Rengui also took Tiela women as concubines and accepted numerous bribes, for which officials reported him to Li Zhi, but Li Zhi forgave him due to his significant contributions. In 666 AD, Gao Gouli powerful minister Yuan Gai Suwen died, and his son Quan Nansheng succeeded him. Quan Nansheng brothers Quan Nanjian and Quan Nantan seized the opportunity to launch a coup and drove Quan Nansheng out. Quan Nansheng sought refuge with Tang and requested military assistance. In June, Li Zhi first dispatched General Tibi Heli as the Liaodong Route Pacification Commissioner, and Generals Pang Tongshan and Gao Kan as the expedition commanders, with Quan Nansheng's son Quan Xiancheng as the guide, to campaign against Gao Gouli. In December of the same year, Li Zhi appointed Li Ji as the Grand General of the Liaodong Route and Pacification Commissioner, making him the highest commander on the Liaodong front. Xue Rengui also participated in this campaign against Gao Gouli. In September 667 AD, Li Ji first captured the strategic city of Xincheng, a crucial location on the western front of Gao Gouli, and proceeded to seize 16 more cities. Quan Nanjian sent troops to attack Pang Tongshan and Gao Kan, who were still in Xincheng. Upon hearing this, Xue Rengui led his troops to the rescue, defeating the Gao Gouli forces and killing several hundred. Gao Kan advanced to Jinshan but encountered difficulties, and Gao Gouli took advantage of the situation to attack. Xue Rengui led his troops to intercept, splitting the Gao Gouli army in two and delivering a decisive defeat, killing over 50,000 enemy soldiers. He then captured the cities of Nansu, Mudi, and Tangyan, reuniting with Quan Nansheng forces. Li Zhi personally wrote to Xue Rengui, saying, "In the Battle of Jinshan, the enemy forces were vast, yet you charged ahead of your troops, fighting bravely and selflessly, striking left and right, breaking through all obstacles. Your courage inspired all the troops, leading to a swift victory in this campaign. You should continue to build on the success and make a great name for yourself." In February 668 AD, Xue Rengui, with only 3,000 men, advanced on the Gao Gouli stronghold of Fuyuche. His subordinates advised against such a bold move due to their small numbers, but Xue Rengui responded, "Success in battle depends on strategy, not numbers." Leading by example, he attacked, killing and capturing over 10,000 Gao Gouli soldiers and capturing Fuyuche, the Tang army's prestige sword, and over 40 cities in the Fuyu region surrendered. Xue Rengui continued his victorious march, joining Li Ji main force outside the Gao Gouli capital, Pingrangcheng, encircling it. In September, a monk named Qincheng opened the gates for the Tang army. Li Ji seized the opportunity to attack, capturing Pingrang and Quan Nanjian, leading to the fall of Gao Gouli. In this campaign, Tang acquired 5 regions, 176 cities, and 697,000 households. The captured territory was divided into 9 commanderies, 42 prefectures, and 100 counties, all under the Andong Protectorate. Xue Rengui was appointed Grand General of the Right Guard and acting protector of Andong, and ennobled as Duke of Pingya. He led 20,000 troops to garrison Pingya. Relocating to Xincheng, Xue Rengui took care of orphans, supported the elderly, eradicated banditry, promoted Gao Gouli talents, and commended virtuous and outstanding locals, earning the joy and support of the Gao Gouli people, who even forgot their sorrow over their fallen state. In 670 AD, Tang mobilized a 50,000-strong army to strike against Tubo and restore Tugu Huns, escorting the king of Tugu Huns back to Qinghai. Xue Rengui was appointed chief commander of the Luosuo route, with Na Daozhen and Guo Daifeng as deputy commanders. Guo Daifeng, son of the famous general Guo Xiaoke, had once guarded Shancheng. Unwilling to serve under Xue Rengui, he frequently disobeyed his orders. As the Tang army reached Dafeichuan south of Qinghai Lake, and prepared to march to Wuhai, Xue Rengui advised Guo Daifeng, Wuhai is treacherous with poisonous miasma. Marching there is perilous, but swift action will lead to success, while delays will result in failure. This area, Dafeiling, is wide and flat, suitable for setting up 2 camps. We can store all our supplies there, leave 10,000 men to guard, and then swiftly advance to catch the enemy unprepared, ensuring their defeat. Xue Rengui led his troops ahead and encountered the Tubo army at Hekou. He defeated the Tubo forces, capturing all their livestock, over 10,000 cattle and sheep, and then returned to Wuhaicheng to await reinforcements. Guo Daifeng, in his arrogance, did not follow Xue Rengui orders and slowly advanced with the supplies and baggage. When Guo Daifeng troops reached Wuhai, they were attacked by a Tubo relief force of over 200,000. Guo Daifeng army was disastrously defeated, with all their provisions and baggage seized by the Tubo forces. Xue Rengui had no choice but to retreat and stationed his troops at Dafeichua. Tubo then launched an assault with over 400,000 troops, and the Tang army suffered a significant defeat. In desperation, Xue Rengui negotiated a truce with the Tubo general Lun Qinling, allowing for a retreat, but Tugu Huns was lost as a result. Xue Rengui lamented, "This year, the year of Gengwu, is under the influence of the inauspicious low star. We should not have waged war in the west. Just like Hao Deng'ai of the Wei state died in Shu, I knew we were doomed to fail." For this defeat, Xue Rengui was stripped of his rank and reduced to a commoner. Soon after, the remaining Gooli troops rebelled, and Xue Rengui was reinstated as the chief commander of Jilingdao. From 674 to 676 AD, he again fell into disgrace and was exiled to Xiangzhou, only returning home after a general amnesty. In 681 AD, Li Zhi, recalling Xue Rengui past merits, summoned him and said, "If it weren't for you at Wanniangong, I would have perished. You also helped me defeat the Jiuxing Turks and Goguryeo, making the northern desert and Liaodongbao in submission. These are all your achievements. How could I forget? But someone accused you before me, claiming you deliberately let the enemy escape at Wuhaicheng, leading to our defeat. This has always pained me. Now, Liaoxi is unstable, and the roads to Guazhou and Chazhou are blocked. How can you rest peacefully at home and not command the troops for me?" Thus, Xue Rengui was reinstated, appointed as the prefect of Guazhou, general of the Right Guard, and acting governor of Daizhou. In 682 AD, Ashe the Yuanzhen, an official under the chief protectorate of the Tianyu Bureau who had surrendered, defected to Ashe Nagu Dulu, who claimed to be the Khagan of the Turks. Ashe the Yuanzhen attacked the northern borders of Bingzhou and the Tianyu Bureau, and also invaded Yunzhou. Xue Rengui was ordered to quell the rebellion. The Turks asked, "Who is the Tang general?" The response was, "Xue Rengui." The Turks said, "We heard General Xue was exiled to Xiangzhou and is dead. How can he be alive?" Xue Rengui removed his helmet and approached them. The Turks, recognizing him, were terrified, dismounted, and bowed in submission, gradually retreating. Xue Rengui seized the opportunity to pursue and decisively defeated the Turkic forces, killing over 10,000, capturing more than 20,000, and seizing over 30,000 camels, horses, cattle, and sheep, achieving a great victory in Yunzhou. In 683 AD, Xue Rengui passed away at the age of 70. Gaozong posthumously honored him as Grand General of the Left Guard and Governor of Youzhou. His remains were transported back to his hometown with official vehicles and horses. Some accounts suggest he was buried in Jiaxiangxian, Shandongshe. That's all for today's video. If you like it, remember to like and subscribe to our channel. We'll see you next time.